5 million for one night? No sex, just dinner and rest? Easy money is never really easy. My name is Eugen. First-year student, I'd just moved to Osaka. Rent and tuition were crushing me. One night, I downloaded a strange little app. Something like a rental boyfriend service. Nothing shady. Just dinner, conversation. Maybe listening to lonely people talk. Then came the offer. Yunma Yonman Yen. 3 hours, just dinner, and lying next to a middle-aged woman. It started like any other evening in Osaka. I was just another broke exchange student scrolling through an app called Lovely Rent. Then she appeared. Out of the flickering neon shadows, a woman too poised, too perfect. Her smile didn't quite reach her eyes. It was flawless, almost rehearsed. The silence in the car felt heavier than the rain. She didn't say a word, just drove, like she'd done this many times before. An old French tune crackled through the radio. Her hand, draped in pearls and crimson polish, tapped rhythmically. Then we stopped. A house at the end of a forgotten alley, barely lit, barely alive, and yet waiting. I stepped inside. Warm, almost too warm. Like something had been burning, not just candles. That's when I saw it, the photo. It was me, framed, on a home altar, surrounded by red candles. I didn't hear her come up behind me. Her hand on my shoulder felt cold, too cold. She squeezed, not in a friendly way, not at all. I smiled back, pretending everything was fine, hoping I was wrong. She had set the table for 2, red cloth, flickering candles. Everything felt staged. She kept serving me food, smiling, watching, like I was part of a ritual. I tried to eat. My hands shook. The chopsticks nearly slipped. The kitchen was frozen in time. The clock hadn't moved, only her eyes did. She whispered something. I think it was, "We don't let him go hungry." I nodded, smiled, just kept chewing. Because what else could I do? There was a door. No sign, no lock, just there, and it was open. The room glowed white, like a funeral parlor or a dream you can't escape. In the center, a wax figure, dressed like me, lying perfectly still. It looked just like me, every pore, every strand of hair. There was a card, handwritten. "Welcome home, my son," in red ink. I stumbled backward. My heart felt like it might explode. And she was there, in the doorway, just watching. My eyes burned. My throat tightened. I was going to cry. I ran, down that hallway, dodging shadows, dodging her. I slammed the front door open. Rain exploded onto my skin. She was standing outside, in the rain, smiling, head tilted, not blinking. I jumped in the first taxi I saw, told the driver, "Just go, anywhere." Then, in the rearview mirror, I saw me, but older, staring back. I touched my face. I was still me, but the mirror said otherwise. I found a new place, a mirror I can't trust, a silence that won't leave. Every night I check the reflection, hoping it's just me. But sometimes, I see him, still smiling, still waiting.
I married him after just 3 months of dating. People called me crazy. Others said I was just naive. But back then, I thought I was the luckiest woman alive. A gentle husband, a baby growing inside me, a quiet little house in the suburbs. It all seemed perfect until I started noticing things. Every night, exactly at 10 p.m., he'd go for a run. "Exercise helps me sleep better," he'd say, kissing my forehead with that same soft smile. I'd stand at the door, watching him disappear into the dark, but something always felt off. There was a shed in our backyard, old, locked. He told me to stay away. Just junk inside, dusty stuff. But I couldn't shake the feeling. One night I grabbed a water bottle, planning to hand it to him before his run. But he didn't head for the road like usual. He turned towards the shed. I set the bottle down quickly. My heart pounded in my chest. I followed him. So quietly, I startled myself. I peeked through a crack in the wooden planks. Inside, a faint yellow light flickered. He was wearing a clear raincoat. In his hand, a knife. In front of him, a wooden chest. It was moving. I heard a muffled whimper. And then, he raised the knife and sliced. I don't even remember how I got back inside. I just remember my hands were freezing. My head felt hollow. I sat on the couch like a ghost. When he came in, holding the bottle I'd left outside, he looked at me for a long time. And then he smiled, calm, gentle. I made something up. The baby was fussy. I got tired. I thought I'd covered it well, but his eyes, they never left mine, like he could see through my skin. I didn't sleep that night. I just stared at my baby, and I wondered, what if one day he grows up to be like his father? The next morning, I told him, my mom's sick. I want to go see her, and I'd like to take the baby with me. He didn't argue, just smiled and dialed my mom's number.
Hello?
I nearly fainted, but thank God, my mom understood. She played along. I thought I'd made it, until when we got to my parents' house. My dad said, casually, "Oh, your mom just got back from the market. She seems fine." I froze and I saw it, that look in his eyes. No longer the man I married. It was the look of a predator, one that realized his prey had caught on. I slammed the door shut behind me. I screamed, "Lock the doors! Don't open for anyone! Call the police!" My mom grabbed the baby. My dad looked confused. I ran through the house like a mad woman, locking windows, sealing every exit. The banging started, then screaming, then glass shattering. I heard him circling the house, pounding doors, cursing. Me, my mom, my dad, my baby. We were huddled together, like rats cornered in a trap. And just when I thought he'd break down the door, sirens in the distance, he vanished. We moved, started over somewhere far away. Every night, I draw the curtains, lock every bolt. I called the police. He's wanted now, but I know one day he'll come back to finish what he didn't get to do that night. If your 15th birthday falls on the brightest full moon of the year, then maybe you weren't born to live, but to die for someone else's wealth. I'm Elira, the 8th and final daughter of the Redmont family. We live in a castle built in the 14th century, but beneath its marble floors lies a secret. A ritual soaked in the blood of virgin girls, repeated every 20 years. On the night of the brightest full moon, a girl who just turned 15 is offered. No one outside the family knows. No one inside dares to speak. They raised me like a doll, But I was never allowed to go outside. No scissors, no knives, no locks from the inside, only from the outside. I thought it was protection, until I found the stone chamber hidden behind the bookshelf. 14 portraits, 14 girls, my age, eyes gouged out, mouths sewn shut, each cradling an unlit candle. I panicked. I wanted to run, and I did. That night, after the maids fell asleep, I tore part of my dress and climbed out through the window. The hallway was endless, dark and silent like it had no end. I tried to descend the stairs, but I couldn't. My legs were shaking. My breath was burning. I was collapsing. Then a whisper touched my ear. "You can't go down. Go to the attic." I had never been allowed up there, but it was glowing. I stepped inside. The door slammed behind me. In the cold moonlight, I saw them, faint silhouettes of girls. They didn't speak. They just stared. They pointed to a painting of me. My joints pinned, my wrists, my knees, my mouth. I froze. I was sweating all over. I didn't want to be another puppet, not another girl kept in silence, in this house built from blood and cruelty. Maybe I wasn't meant to be saved. Maybe they brought me here so I could free them. I lit the match, the painting burned, and the attic lit up like hell. I didn't run. I smiled as the fire touched my dress. I died, but I wasn't alone. 14 souls held my hands, silent, peaceful. Through the smoke, I saw them, those who stayed silent. They were terrified because the pact was broken, and they knew they'd have to pay. My grandmother hung by her hair over the altar. My uncle, sealed in the coffin he once prepared for me. The maid, her tongue shredded for a lifetime of silence. No one in Redmont survived. Not one was spared.